Chapter 1. A New Beginning in London. My name is Jenny, a passionate student of English literature. This is my journey of self-discovery and growth in the vibrant city of London. It was a sunny summer day when I found myself on a train, surrounded by the soft hum of conversations. Two women sat across from me, speaking English fluently. Though I could only pick up bits and pieces, I felt a spark of excitement mixed with a hint of frustration. I was a beginner, still grappling with the language. Summoning my courage, I exchanged a few basic words with them. Their warm smiles and understanding response made my heart swell with pride. They shared that they were returning home from a conference. Our brief 10-minute chat was a breakthrough for me. As the train slowed at my station, we exchanged goodbyes, and to my surprise, they offered me their contact details and invited me to visit them in England. It was a moment I would always cherish. Motivated by this encounter, I dedicated myself to learning. I immersed myself in English texts and movies, challenging myself to translate and comprehend. In just 6 months, I had made significant progress. But I wanted more, so I packed my bags and flew to London, determined to refine my language skills. My new school opened up a world of opportunity. On the first day, I was greeted by a kind young teacher and a room full of eager classmates. We shared introductions and dove into our lessons. Our teacher, wise and approachable, explained her unique method of teaching, a method that did not rely on memorizing grammar rules or endless textbook drills. Instead, she encouraged us to live the language, to use it daily, and to make it part of our conversations. This practical approach resonated with me. I learned that true language learning is not just about words on a page, but about expressing ideas and building confidence in real interactions. We explored how to make learning fun and effective through hobbies, discussions, and simple daily practice. Chapter 2. Mastering Vocabulary. The next day, one of my classmates raised a question that piqued my interest. What is the most effective way to learn new words? Our teacher shared a secret. Read. Reading, she explained, is the fastest way to build vocabulary. Those who read for at least 30 minutes a day can expand their vocabulary twice as fast as those who don't. Here's what she recommended for maximum benefit. Choose engaging material. Always pick stories or articles that capture your interest, whether fiction or non-fiction. Avoid frustration. Start with texts suited to your current level to ensure you stay motivated. Look up unfamiliar words. Use a dictionary to understand new words in context. Often, repeated exposure will cement these words in your memory without the need for rote memorization. Observe word connections. Reading not only expands your vocabulary, but also shows how words interact within sentences. We spent the rest of the lesson discussing job opportunities and sharing advice. Inspired by our conversation, I visited the local job center after school. A friendly staff member suggested a job at a cafe where I could practice English while working. It was perfect. I could start on Thursday. Chapter 3. Conquering Pronunciation. Wednesday's lesson brought a new insight into learning: pronunciation. A quiet classmate from South Korea expressed his concern about speaking clearly. He read and watched English content, but struggled to speak without fear of making mistakes. Our teacher introduced us to the concept of shadowing, mimicking native speakers to practice the movements of the mouth and improve pronunciation. We watched demonstration videos and practiced for a few minutes, repeating phrases as naturally as possible. It felt empowering, and our teacher noted that shadowing could even help prepare for presentations. Chapter 4. Thinking Aloud and Becoming Fluent. On Thursday, we welcomed Elizabeth, a former student who spoke English with impressive fluency. She credited her success to reading, shadowing, and a technique called thinking aloud. I was intrigued. Elizabeth explained how she started with simple thoughts, spoken aloud in English, even if they didn't perfectly match her native Italian expressions. This practice trained her brain to think directly in English, without translation. Our teacher added that this technique, though it may feel odd at first, rapidly enhances fluency. Elizabeth's story inspired me to try thinking aloud myself, embracing the challenge to grow more confident in speaking English. Conclusion: the journey ahead. From that day forward, I embraced a balanced approach to learning: reading, listening, practicing shadowing, and thinking aloud. These daily habits made English not just a subject to study, but a living language I could speak, think, and dream in.